What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. I know, Rihanna's not with me today and I'm probably only gonna get like 50 views, but it is what it is. She's actually sitting right over here. Should you come be in the video?
I'm not dressed for the video.
She's not dressed for the video.
I have pajamas on.
Anyways guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about how we took this house right here, bought it for $6,800 give or take, and sold it for $20,000, making $14,000 and getting income every single month using a strategy called owner financing. Now first I want to talk about the deal. If you have not seen the video yet, we did a full walkthrough of this house. I think the title of the video was I bought my wife a house for $6,000. It'll be linked below. But anyway, you can watch that video and kind of check out the deal. How we found this deal is a member at my gym, I also own a CrossFit gym, and a member there said, hey, I got this house for sale. My husband inherited it from his family and he just wants to get out of it. I think he's deployed and she's here and they just can't manage it. And I said, sure, we'll go take a look at it. So actually I ran it through the company first and we all ran out there and looked at it. We made her an offer, but she got a higher offer and went with that one. And we were like, fine, if you can get more money, that's cool by us. We want that for people. Anyway, 30 days later, I followed up with her, as you should always be doing. Even if that happens to you, always follow up on potential deals because they could always fall out of contract, just like happened with this one. And I said, hey, do you still have the house or did it sell? And she was like, no, actually it just fell out of contract yesterday. They didn't end up purchasing it. It was a fake wholesaler, which sucks for her, but I said, hey, I still may be interested personally. Let me talk with my partners first, see if they want it. So I did, I brought it to Andrew and Steve. They were like, dude, you can have it, we're good. We don't love that area. And it's not a great area. But I said, you know what, for $6,000, I don't think we could lose on it. We'll figure out something to do with it. So I told Rihanna, hey, just bought a house for $6,000, and that's when we made the video on it. But
you tried to make me move in it. Yeah,
I said maybe we could live there because when you're in a house for $6,000 and we're currently house shopping, we could put $50,000, $60,000 into that house, make it amazing, and still have equity. But the neighbors and the road and all that aren't so great. So anyway, I digress. So we started weighing all the options of how to get rid of this house. So the first thing was, I was just like, let's wholesale it. That's probably the easiest way to get rid of a house is just simply throw it up, see if anybody wants to buy it for cash. I did that with all of our wholesale buyers, but again, the area, people weren't that interested. If I waited a little bit longer, I probably could have sold it on wholesale. Essentially what that is, if you're watching, it's when you either put a house in contract before purchasing it or purchase it for a certain amount of money and then just resell it as is. Maybe you change the locks out, maybe you clean it up, but you don't do much to it at all. And you sell it to another investor for a profit, and that's essentially wholesaling. So the other option was we could just flip it. So we use Rehab Valuator. Guys, if you are not using Rehab Valuator yet to evaluate and do your budgets on your properties, I'm gonna put a link down below. Go download the software. We've tried so many softwares. This is the best one that I've ever used for the price, and our team loves it. My partners love it. We use it on every single house. We use it to manage 30 houses at a time, so it can handle all of that. It is an excellent software. It also has some courses in there on like how to wholesale and how to find private money. Go check it out. The link will be the first comment and in the description below this video. So anyway, we ran the numbers through Rehab Valuator for a flip, and it would have worked, but we would have to manage it. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to manage a full flip, but what if we just fix it up a little bit and rent it out? So we were going to do the BRRRR strategy, which is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat, which was another option for us. But again, still needed a rehab, which would need to be managed. Again, time is short for us. So then I was actually over at one of our newest houses that we bought for a flip in the company, and there was a for sale by owner sign just sitting in the garage blank. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna throw a sign on it and see if we can't owner finance this thing. So I threw the sign up on the fence. A week later, sure enough, someone gives us a call. Real quick, if you were liking this video, please hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. So I really didn't even have a price in mind. Keep in mind, I bought it for $6,800. You know, I was like, whatever we get for it over that is profit. So let's see what they offer. So I said, make me an offer. And she said, we will give you $2,500 down and we'll finance it over 2 years at a $20,000 sales price. And I was like, done deal. I won't even charge you interest on that if you finance it completely in 2 years and pay it off. And so we were gonna sign her up. Well, that Monday happened to be Columbus Day, and she felt bad that she couldn't come in on Monday with the cash to do the down payment. So without me saying anything, she said, if you hold it for one more day, we'll give you $3,500 down. Well, I'm not gonna turn down money, so I was like, absolutely, fine by me. Sure enough, Her and her boyfriend came in on Tuesday. They put $3,500 down plus the first month's payment of $688. They actually paid $700. So I already have $4,200 back on this property. And remember, I'm only in it for $6,800. So now the remaining payments for over the next 2 years will be $688 a month, which Rhiannon and I will get every single month as long as they continue paying. I'll go over the pros and cons in a minute of this whole strategy. And we will have sold it for $14,000, give or take, over what we bought it for. So that is fantastic. That ROI is through the roof. Now let's talk about the pros of this. So the pros of owner financing is it's essentially their house. Rhiannon and I will be the bank in this situation, and we are not responsible for anything with that house. No rehab, no maintenance, no calls, no grass, no snow removal, nothing. It's all their responsibilities. And I even put in the contract that they have to pay the taxes and the municipal fees, like all that stuff is on them. I could forward them those bills when they come in and they're responsible for them. So I will literally have no overhead with this house. And that's kind of the pros of that. Now let's talk about the cons. And this house is limited in the cons, but the cons are that they could just stop paying, right? They could squat there. That would suck. And keep in mind, we already have $4,200 down. They would have to squat for like over 6 to 8 months for us to lose any money on this. Another thing is they could destroy the house, so keep that in mind as well. Now that should have protections in the lease contract, the land contract, but they could still cause more damage than you received as your down payment, and taking them to court can sometimes be like getting blood out of a turnip. But this house was already pretty much messed up, and we agreed, hey, you're buying it as is. It needs a ton of work, so whatever they did to it to cause damage, they really couldn't do anything. Like they could literally just tear the whole thing down and they'd be doing Rhiannon and I a favor and not costing us demo. So this house in particular was limited on cons, but if you sell a nicer house like this, keep that in mind. So you still want to vet your tenants. You still want to run them through a background check and call their previous landlords and do all that, which I did for these folks. So let's talk about one more pro if they do default. Now, I don't hope anybody defaults. I don't want anybody to default and lose their down payment and lose all their money. I don't play that game. I'd like for them to purchase the house, especially if they put their money into it. But let's say they stop paying and they move out and they default. Well, guess what? Rhiannon and I will just do it again. We'll get another down payment. We'll get another amount of monthly income. It probably won't be on a 2-year financing all the time. You can't always expect that. Usually you need to put it on a 15 or 20-year amortized schedule and let them refinance through a bank. But with a house with this low of a purchase price, usually people can just pay you off as long as you're willing to wait. But if you get into the 50, 80, 100, $200,000 range, you're gonna have to amortize them. And that's just basically putting their payment and interest on a schedule over a course of time, and then they would need to go refinance through a bank over time. That's a typical rent to own or owner finance situation, but in this situation, we own it outright. So anyway, guys, I wanted to tell you the story and kind of walk you through it. Hope it wasn't too jumbled. Talking head videos are not my favorite. I love being out in the field, but I wanted to show you guys how you can make money with smaller amounts of money in real estate. So you go out there, find a dilapidated house or a house that needs a ton of work. Maybe it's not in a great area. Buy it for super cheap and then sell it on owner financing to somebody else, and now you're making a great ROI. You're real estate investing and you're getting started in the game. Just make sure you're protected. Make sure that the contract is written up correctly for your state and is reviewed by a lawyer. Can't stress that enough. And if you guys have any questions, of course you can ask me. Don't forget to check out REHAB Valuator and download that software. There's even a 30-day free trial. You guys have to check that out if you're in real estate or trying to get started or even been in the game for a while. And as always, guys, if you have any questions on this video, if I missed anything, if I went too quickly over anything, leave your comments down below. I try to answer every single one of them. I can only do that but for so much longer, but I still try to do that on all the videos, and I appreciate your support so much. You have no idea. I love educating others, and when you guys watch my videos and hit the like button, it puts my video in front of more people. The more people I can help. So guys, appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.